Hi, good day. This is Ken Lau. I'm referring to the generosity of doubt, right? Who create a basic Gantt chart. And as I refer, there is a question from this the online gamer, right? Is there a way? And in fact, the thing that is maybe perhaps macro can do, right? So I figured out that, right? So let's see what happened, right? So this is the method that created by Daunt doc, right? And then say for example that if I change to 9, right, you can see that this is not automatic updated. How can we make it automatic updated? So I basically recorded the code, right, and run the code, and it just work. So of course I can also insert a button here and just put that the T, right, just click. So let's say it's 3, right, and I click the buttons and it works. See, so without really need to uh, changes, and then here change manually. So how do I do the bar rate, right? Let's see how I do that. So first you go to developer tab, you choose a record macro, you just record anything, right? Give that a name, and then now start going to here. But first you need to know what is the value here, right? I'm going to try you doing right click, format as, and suppose I want to change to some other value, but first I don't know what is this value, right? Let's say it's going to change to 1. So what does this value 1 means, right? So go to home, you take a look, general is 43160. So go back here, 43160. So we're going to change that to 46160, otherwise it doesn't represent that. And let's click on that, right? See, it works, right? And I'm going to stop this verbal, stop recording, click on the Visual Basic, and this is basically what is recorded. So the first step is to select the chart, and then so on and goes on, right? And this is just to check what's the type like. So I'm going to do some random discussion. Just deleted this value here, right? So I have selected the chart. Okay, so now the rest are not needed, but 43160 is what we entered. So can we actually connect it to this cell value B2, right? Yes, you can, right? Just type this, modify it to this, right? And that is auto correct, auto updates start date, the first start date, right? And you can delete this, and you can assign a button here, right, to make it happen. So go to developer tab, insert this, go to auto update, and that will work. And same goes through here, right? Let's just say change it to dates, start dates. So now I want to change it to the date. So I click the buttons, and you can see that. So without right click, clicking this, right? So that is something you might consider it, right? So as you can see, the last date, right, isn't that 5 days from this day, isn't this, right? You can also do the same here, right? So what is the 5 days after that? So you can click on this plus this date, and this is the last date, so we can do the same. So again, right, I don't know what state. I go to general, it's 43198, but that's the other case, right? We can actually go to the what is that called, that we can right click. Yep. So what, this is cell D5 something, I do not know what's the code like, but that's maximum. So I don't want to guess, I just use the developer cap, record. Okay, right, and then I select the chart, I right click here, format as C, right, and go to the maximum. Maximum should refer to cell D6, and cell D6 as the value. Oops, I forgot what is the value then. So I'm going to change that to the date. So 43 something, right? So right click, yeah, right here, maximum, right? I'm going to change that to 43198, and that's about it, right? You can see that that's 20 days, but in fact, this is not the last day should be nearer, right? So it'll be there somewhere here. The last date should be this date, then 3 days after that, that's about 5 right here. So with that code, we can go and stop recording Visual Basics, and we take a look. Oh, that code is called MaximumScale, right? Basically, we don't need to have a lot. We just need this line, right? We don't need this. We just need this line, and that is to automatic the last end date. Okay, and again, right, this is referring to this cell, so we're not going to do that. So I'm gonna change that to cell D6, and now I'm gonna just run the code, right? And it's so let's see what is going wrong here. Last day I gotta ask this thing. No, that is we should select the chart and do that. So right click. Okay, it just work. Okay, so can we combine these two steps right into one, right? Obviously yes, right? So do all. We can just give that a name called do all and recall this and calling these, right? This both, and we assign it to this do all button. Click on it and it works. So this is not needed. Cut it. Okay, so that's about it. We have a more quicker way, right? So if I have just adjust it to 1, right, I just click on the button and I'll just go to 1, right? And if I just change that to say uh, much later dates, so 5 days from here, right? So that's a date, but it doesn't represent that 5 days from this date from the last task. See, it just automatic adjust it. How great! Thank you. Thank you for watching.